Hello, and welcome to Legends of. Today we will be taking a look at a legend of the Titanic, the Mummy's Curse. The story of the Titanic is one of the most well-known historic events in the history of the world, and with the fictionalized retelling of it by James Cameron, it is also the subject of one of the top-grossing films of all time. But the Titanic and its history is filled with legends and myths. Today, we take a look at one such myth. When the Titanic sank to the bottom of the ocean, it brought many things down with it. Menus from the last meal, a violin, jewelry, handwritten notes, and even a whole car. However, if you believe the legends, one other thing sunk with the Titanic. A cursed mummy that was responsible for the sinking of the ship. Now, according to the legend, in the 1890s in Egypt, the princess of Amun-Ra had been recovered from an excavation site and bought by some rich Englishmen. Shortly after purchasing the mummy, the men began to experience weird things. The men quickly began to experience misfortunes, and one of the four men disappeared, claiming that he just walked off into the desert and was never seen again. Because of this, they decided to sell the mummy, and the mummy changed hands many times over the years, causing misfortune to anyone and everyone who dared interact with it. Even the British Museum reportedly had no interest in it. Over the years, many would become injured and even die after they interacted with the mummy. Finally, it is said that a stubborn American professor bought the mummy, hell-bent on taking it back to America. He did not believe in the curse, and he arranged passage back to America on the Titanic, and the mummy was put into the cargo hold. If you believe the legends, the sinking of the Titanic was caused by the curse of the Princess of Amun-Ra. Now, from an entertainment standpoint, this legend has everything. The Titanic, Egyptian curses, the British buying human remains. But this legend is verifiably false. If your first clue wasn't the British Museum giving away a stolen artifact, you can also look at the name of the mummy. Amun-Ra is not a place, but is in fact an Egyptian god, the creator of all things and the god of the sun. We also know that it is false because the official cargo list of the Titanic is still preserved, and there is no mummy on it. Many tellings of this story use a photo of the unlucky mummy, which isn't even a mummy, just the lid of a casket that is on display at the British Museum, where it has been since the 1890s, because again, the British do not give away stolen artifacts. So, while this legend is interesting, it is without a doubt false.